But we're going to now run you through the no-huddle offense, where we're just kind of looking for rapid-fire answers. If there's any you want to expand on, you're welcome to give more, but all we're looking for is kind of the name, the round, whatever the question asks, what comes to mind when I ask it. So you ready to get through the no-huddle offense, Ian?
Let's do it.
All righty. So right now there's kind of a consensus top three. It's looking like Barkley, Kamara, and Christian McCaffrey. Who do you think belongs first, and who do you think should go fourth right after those guys?
Correct answer is Christian McCaffrey, only one that can lead his team in rushing and receiving and doesn't have Eli Manning at quarterback. And look, at 4, I'm still taking Ezekiel Elliott at this point. I'm really confident this guy plays by week 1.
Nice. Are you girlying or you're not girlying the season?
Man, not really. If he's there like at the end of round 3, let's boogie, but I'm not reaching on the guy.
Round 3? Jeez. If he's there at the end of round 3, you're winning your season. But nonetheless, that's not the debate time on this guy.
I don't have much girly.
The top scoring wide receiver in 2019 will be ...
Will be the best wide receiver in the NFL, Odell Beckham Jr., baby.
I love it. You're like the third person to do that on this podcast, too. And he goes in like the round 2 sometimes. It's crazy to me, and I'm fully with you. What him and Baker could do this year is going to be insane. The next tight end to join the fantasy elite, so not those top 3, but who's going to be the guy that makes that next jump as a cheat code style tight end?
It's number 4, O.J. Howard, still just 24 years old. And quick stat for y'all. I mean, look, the problem has been getting him on the field enough. Per Adam Levitan, he's played on 21 of 22 snaps with Jameis Winston this preseason. Bruce Arians has never had a tight end like O.J. Howard, and we're about to see what happens when he does this year.
I hate that argument that Bruce Arians doesn't use his tight ends. It's like, what, Jermaine Gresham and Rob Hausler? Who the fuck blames him for not using his tight ends? This dude's 6'5" and runs a faster 40 than Mike Evans. He's going to be an unbelievable mismatch nightmare. I'm fully with you there. I love it. All right, so you already mentioned Zeke you're not worried about. You'd still take it number 4 overall. Do you have a similar stance on Melvin Gordon, or what do you think of him?
No, I mean, especially with this rap sheet report from Wednesday, it's looking like Gordon's going to miss regular season time. I'm looking at him closer to round 4 or 5, and I mean, kind of like Gurley, man, I'd rather just let someone else draft him at this point.
Gotcha. So everyone loves a good fantasy bargain and the bragging rights that come with it. By position, who are your favorite picks to exceed their cost and break out this year?
Quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Running back, Austin Eckler, which it's cheating a little bit because of the Gordon thing, but I just want to say, like, Eckler is legit good. Like, he's going to be in there over Justin Jackson. He is a very good running back in his own right. Wide receiver, sorry to rain on your Robbie Anderson parade, man, but Jamison Crowder is about to lead the Jets in targets, unfortunately. So we'll see there. And then tight end, I think Austin Hooper cracks in the top 10. He was like one of only 8 last year that played at least 75% of his offensive snaps, Falcons indoor pretty much all year. I like Hooper cracking that top 10.
Dirk Cutter loves his tight ends too, as we've always seen.
Sure does.
I'm with you there. On the opposite end of things, everyone kind of hates that overpriced player who busts and brings them shame for the rest of the year. So like last time, who's not going to be worth their cost by position and is going to bust in 2019?
Quarterback, Drew Brees is going as a QB7 right now. I mean, look, I'm not saying he can't be a top 10 QB still, but I think his top 5 days are definitely over. And with how deep the position is, don't reach on Drew Brees. Running back, Phillip Lindsay. Man, like, they're trending towards doing more of a 1-2 punch with Freeman, and Devontae Booker is still freaking there to take away targets. So I don't want to, hate on Lindsay. The guy's great with the ball in his hands, but it doesn't look like the opportunity is going to be there this time around. Wide receiver, Adam Thielen. Vikings are going to more of a run-first offense, it looks like, with Kubiak there, and, based on what they did after they fired their OC last year. I'm Team Diggs over Thielen. Tight end, Eric Ebron, because 1, Jack Doyle's back, so we're looking at a smaller snap share, and 2, I can see Devin Funchess honestly leading this team in red zone touchdowns compared to Ebron this year. So it's going to be a lot of those 2 catches, 25 yards, and you better hope Ebron gets a touchdown type games.
Love it. So from Kamara in 2017, Connor last year, there seems to always be that one player who goes well after round 10 and then just wins people their leagues. Who's your favorite to do that in 2019?
And we haven't talked about this. I bet we have the same guy, though. Darwin Thompson.
Yes.
Yeah? Yes.
Love him.
No doubt. And look, they're already saying he jumped Carlos Hyde in the depth chart. I'm not against Damian Williams or anything, but look, from what we've seen from Darwin, man, he's got that giddy up, and he's not afraid to run it up the middle. Reed likes him, and when Reed likes a running back, man, fantasy points follow.
I'm all about Darwin Thompson, all aboard that train. I didn't get him in my first draft this year, and that was like the one thing I was absolutely kicking myself about. I was like, oh, no one in my league knows this, and they all printed out my cheat sheet, and he went in like round 9, because that's where I had him ranked. I was like, no one's going to take him like where I have him ranked. I'll get him in round 11, and somebody took him at like 90 overall, because that's where I had him on the big board. I was like, you fucking bastards. So that's the only thing that I regretted in that draft. But last question, not so much advice for our listeners, but have you ever witnessed, like, what's the funniest last place punishment either you've been a part of or side bet or whatever it might be, either you've witnessed, you've heard of, you've been a part of? Give our listeners some ideas of ways to shame their league mates.
Loser in one of my leagues this last year had to make a fitness Instagram and update it like every week throughout the offseason. That was entertaining.
That is awesome.
In college, one time the loser of our league had to show up to every one of his Wednesday classes dressed up as John Cena. That was a fun one. And
jorts and everything. Oh my good God.
Jorts and everything. Yep. With the "You Can't See Me" green shirt. And then those are my two favorite I've been involved in. I think the favorite one I've ever heard of, though, in general, and a lot of guys have been doing now, is making the loser take the ACT. Is just too funny because then like they don't want to get like a bad score and just be called a dumbass either. But then you're spending 4 hours on a Saturday taking the freaking ACT. So. Oh, I love it, man. God. How about you? What's yours? What's your favorite?
Oh man, I've seen a couple. And speaking on the SAT part, I have to proctor them, and I actually had to read it to a student one time as like an accommodation. Those tests are no fucking joke. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how you guys are doing this thing. This is brutal. So yeah, that's a great one. I had one buddy who. His league, the loser, they all had they could spend up to $10 each on fast food items, and then they just got to hum them at the loser. So like 12 people had $120 worth of fast food. I mean, you can go to McDonald's or Taco Bell, you can do some real damage, and they just got to pelt the guy with it. Like he had to stand there in a Speedo while just getting destroyed by fast food. So I thought that was a pretty unique one and a pretty funny one. This other league, I mean, you hear about tattoo leagues, which is obviously just psycho and insane. This one league, though, they do a variation of a Chewbacca tattoo. So you might have like Chewbacca jumping off the top rope as a wrestler, or like a Johnny Cash Chewbacca with a guitar and stuff. And they get like huge tattoos. It's insane. They cover themselves with it. So those are a few great ones that I've heard. Yeah, it's the best though. That stuff is so funny. I can't wait to hear more of them this year. That's
unbelievable, man. If I was ever in that tattoo business, man, I'm getting the smallest thing possible, like the bottom of my foot. That takes some balls to be putting a big ass Chewbacca tattoo on your back.
It's insane, dude. I know. I absolutely love it. But Ian,